Hey guys, welcome back to RingSteelTV. Today I wanted to talk about this Smith & Wesson M&P Shield EZ. I purchased this gun a few weeks ago for my wife. This was going to be her first pistol, and we took it out and shot, I think, 2 magazines in it the day that we shot it. We were having a little bit of trouble getting on this grip safety, so I told her, hey, let's put it to the side and let me take a look at it and make sure we don't have some other issue. So yesterday I went out to shoot this gun, and on the third round I had a bunch of sparks come out of it. The magazine kind of blew up. You can see here the followers there, the bottom plate and the spring guide that goes on the bottom were on the ground below me. I never did find the spring. It's probably out there somewhere. I need to go take a look at it. I noticed there was blood on the gun and quickly checked myself, and I just had a little, you can see a burn mark there, and a little piece of shrapnel maybe's in there. I got to take a look at that. But these are reloads that I shoot in these guns during practice. 124 grain, copper plated. I generally shoot extreme bullets, but I also have shot Barry's bullets in the past. I mean, I've shot thousands and thousands of rounds of these. And I use tight grip generally, and it's generally around 3.7 grains is what I shoot. And I could see that the gun, and this is just the way it was when I took it out. I haven't done anything to this gun. The slide is back a little bit. You can see the cartridge in here. There's the cartridge. It's bulged all the way around in there. It isn't fully locked forward. And so I've taken the time already to run a bore scope down the barrel and just inspect the barrel and make sure it's not damaged and everything looks good in the barrel. The other thing I did is I took the bore scope and ran it into the magazine well here and looked at the back of the round just to see what it looked like, and it's blown out from the bottom. You'll see that sometimes on Glocks that aren't fully supported, but I've always shot these Smith & Wessons. I really like these M&P Shields. In fact, this is my carry gun. I carry this daily. I don't know how many thousands of rounds I have in this weapon, but I've never had an issue with this gun. When a round is in there, it's pretty well supported on the bottom side of the feed ramp, so you don't have that bulging issue that you might have on a Glock. So my experience has been, the rounds generally, I don't have any issues. Even when I'm reloading them, I don't find much of a bulge in them, though I do run all my brass through bulge buster, just a matter of process to ensure that, the base of it is where it needs to be. But, yeah, anyway, so it's all bulged up. It definitely had some kind of failure. I don't know if it was a hot round. I don't know if this thing was not fully, locked in and fired without it fully locked in. I'm really not sure what happened. So I can tell you that having had a lot of different auto pistols, there's a lot of safeties built into these things, and really the chances of the gun being fully in not fully in battery and firing is pretty slim. So I have a pretty good idea there's something's going on with that particular round. Either the charge was a little bit hot, or something crazy happened with that round. So I want to inspect what's going on there. It doesn't look like the gun is damaged in any way, other than, I had some stuff kind of happen there and it's blown out the back. Like I said, we inspected the barrel and it looks good. I did put the bore scope down here and also validate that the primer is still inside the cartridge that's in there. So I'll show you all of that here. So, yeah, I think what I want to do, 2 things. One, I wanted to measure the gap here, because if for some reason it's firing out of battery, I want to be able to measure that. So what I found is this thing is about 0.005, no, I'm sorry, not 0.005, 0.05 of a gap. So right here, what we'll do is we'll just stick this in here, and that's the gap that I'm finding right here is 0.050. So what I'm going to try and do is duplicate that by sticking these feeler gauges in once I get this round out of the chamber, and my goal will be to see if it will fire out of battery. I don't think it will. I've never seen an auto do that, no matter how much people complain about the fact that the gun failed. Generally, my experience has been that you usually have an ammo problem. So we're going to track that down. I'm going to pull this cartridge out of here, and let's take a look at it, see what the primer looks like, see if we can gain any information from it. From there, I want to send it off to Smith & Wesson to have them take a look at the gun, ensure it's still safe, and also whatever's going on here in the grip safety that's making it so hard to activate the trigger. And yeah, and see what they say about the gun. Okay guys, I've got this set up in my vise here. I've got the vise holding the receiver. I've got this little bar here. It just fits into a 9mm cartridge. We're going to slide that up into the barrel, hopefully without damaging it. As I push on it, you can see the slide is moving a little bit, so we should be able to just pop that thing right out. Let's see what we get here. All right, cartridge is out. Let's inspect it and see what we've got. Okay guys, we got the cartridge out of there. So here it is right here. Looking it over, you can see that the head is almost completely separated off the deal. It's bulged almost all the way around, or cracked all the way around. If we look at the head here, I'm seeing a couple things. Number one, you can see the primer is completely flat. You can see it's pierced, and I'm fairly certain you can see the anvil in there that's inside the primer. The other thing that I'm noticing as I look at this, it looks like the head is mushroomed out or flattened. That would be from an excessive amount of force pushing back on it and flattening a head. If we measure this head is measuring 428, 426, 425, 423, 429, so it's even out around by a good bit. I've got a few cartridges here. Let's just pick one up, measure a fresh cartridge that's waiting to get reloaded. 387, 387, 388, so pretty round. 387, 386 and a half, 387. So I feel pretty confident that the issue was not the gun. As I said earlier, I mean, these guns are really safe. If you put good ammo in them, and the ammo's right, they're going to be safe. Not only that, you can see that that gun held together under extreme pressure. I'm very fortunate that that gun didn't blow up in my hand. If I could say anything about what I'm seeing right now and experiencing, I'm really glad I had a Smith & Wesson in my hand. I'm not saying another gun wouldn't have held up just as well, but the fact that that gun's still together and I still have all my digits makes me pretty happy. Let's take a look at this gun and see if we can figure out what's going on here. Is sliding just fine. Doesn't feel loose or anything like that. Trigger seems to be working fine. I don't know if the firing pin is damaged in any way inside, but it is firing. Strangely enough, the grip safety is working better now. So maybe that was the fix for the grip safety. Let's take it apart real quick. And let's take a look at the spring. This all looks good. No issues here. It has some kind of polymer retention thing there. That's not cracked or damaged in any way. Everything looks good. There's plenty of oil in here. No issues there. The barrel is sliding freely in and out. It's not bulged in any way that I can tell looking at it there. It feels straight. And just putting it up against here, I don't see any signs that the barrel is bulged in any way or damaged. Looks good there. Looks good on the inside. Feed ramp looks good, no damage here. This all looks great. The slide. The extractor looks good here. I don't see any damage on it. The primer pocket, the firing pin pocket looks good. The chamber indicator arm looks like it's fine, no damage there. I don't see any bending or anything here on the slide that would cause me any concerns. Yeah, this all looks really good. And just looking at the firing pin, you know, as it's moving in here, it doesn't look damaged at all. You know, these things have a little hammer inside of them. Let me see if I can get the firing pin to push out a little bit. We'll just take the back of this here and push the firing pin forward through the hole. If we can. Oh, we're not going to be able to because of the safety mechanism here. But there we go. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's the firing pin. It's round, it looks just fine, and it's protruding as it should. I told you about the safety mechanisms not being able to go into battery. This slide has to be forward, and this little deal right here has to be pushed down. It rides against something on the inside here. And if that's not in the proper position and this plunger isn't pushed down, that firing pin cannot hit the round. And this won't get pushed down unless that gun's in full battery. That's one of the safety features of these weapons. And, you know, the Glocks have them. All the autos pretty much have these safety features built in. It's not just the Smith & Wesson and M&P Shield. But that all looks good there. Looking inside the pistol itself, all the polymer bits appear to be where they should be. I don't see any metal shavings. I don't see anything broken or snapped off. Everything appears to be working just fine. I don't see any shrapnel in here. Quite honestly, it looks very good. Let's see if the hammer looks good. Guys, everything looks really good. Thumb safety is functioning as it should. Nothing looks broken in here on that. This gun looks... If this hadn't happened to me, I'd never know that this gun had gone through that. And it looks fine on the surface. Now, I've been shooting guns a long time. This is the first failure I've ever had. A failure that was potentially extremely dangerous. I'm fortunate that I didn't hurt myself or hurt a partner next to me, or my wife or one of my kids wasn't shooting this gun. Yeah, I'm very fortunate. I've been reloading a long time. A lot of rounds have gone down different guns. So what we have to do now, you know, one slipped by. We got to figure out how that slipped by, and we got to make sure that doesn't happen again. So as a general rule, I always run all my ammo through these gauges here. They'll go through a plunk test on here. I'll ensure that the primer is not high and the thing's flat. One thing in my reloading process is in my current configuration with my reloading Lee Pro 1000 that I've used and put many thousand rounds through, I have no way to check the powder charge. So, you know, I might need to figure out a way to ensure that the powder charge at least looks really good. That might be a place to start. But I think the moral of the story here, guys, is be extremely safe when you're shooting guns. You know, it's possible that something like this could happen to a manufacturer. I'm very fortunate, and I feel very fortunate that I was shooting a Smith & Wesson. I believe these guns are great guns. Obviously, it stayed together and it didn't blow up in my hand, and everybody was safe today. So anyway, I'll let you guys know more on this a little bit later and see what I find, but I just want to post this quick video and show you what happened to me, and let you guys know to be safe and be really careful when you're reloading.